Did you get any freedom to develop your character, or is it very tightly scripted?
It was. I think people were open to improvising that. I didn't do a lot because it was my first thing I'd been in really. I improvised a couple of bits and bobs, and it was quite fun because you trying to film shots more than once, so you can try different bits and bobs. And because Graham was the writer, he was also a character in the show, so he was always there anyway. So yeah, it was easy to talk about different things and what would work and what wouldn't work. I think Ben Crompton, who plays what's it called, on probation,
Colin. Yeah.
Colin, yeah. I think Ben did quite a lot of improvising, just because he had the confidence, he's really good at it, and just coming out with these really funny lines, and a lot of Colin's stuff was kept in, I think. So yeah, I think it was quite open. Like I say, I was a little bit new, so I was a bit awed by it all. Really, I was kind of trying to stick to the script and that. But yeah, I could see other people who were more kind of seasoned actors were having fun with it. Yeah.
Yeah. When you're on set and say like you're new, especially when you're new, is it because you forget things when you're nervous, don't you? When you're new on set, did you like do you ever forget your lines when you was new?
No, I think maybe once or twice, no more than usual, because I'd done like theatre stuff and that, so I'd learnt lines and things like that before, and I'd done street theatre for a lot of years, so I wasn't nervous in that way really. It was just like exciting. It was like getting to see how things are made, because I watched sitcoms for years and I don't know the ins and outs of it. But getting to walk into a set and seeing how the set's constructed and how the walls move so you can put the cameras here and there, and that was the brilliant part of, especially in the first series, just seeing how it all fitted together and all the different departments and how they all work together. It's like getting a behind the scenes look into the world of television, which is something you've kind of grown up watching and now you're part of. So yeah, it was great. And then every season there would be a little bit more. So say the first season was only Moz's flat, and then maybe season 2 or 3 there was the next door flat, and then another season there was another flat, and then the stairs got put in. So yeah, it kept kind of building with each season, and I think it was just, for me, it was just fun to be a part of it. It's like playing, it's when you're a kid and you get to play, act out all these weird stuff, and that's what Ideal was like, just acting out loads of weird stuff and getting it filmed.
What about
Yeah.
your stand-up material? Because it's one thing writing it and memorizing it, but when you're on a
Mm.
stage and you've got all those people and the lights, like you could easily forget it, couldn't you? I would.
Yeah, but again, I'm not that. I've never been that fussed about. I've always been a bit of a show off since I was a kid, which I always thought it's fine as long as you've got something to show off. I've never really had a problem standing up in front of people. I get nerves because you don't want to go badly, which it sometimes does, but I'm not bothered. I can see it in perspective. It is what it is. It's 20 minutes. If these people hate me, it doesn't matter. I don't care. You know. It's not the end of the world. And the more you do it, the more that comes in, because the majority of the gigs that I do go great. So if you have a bad gig, who cares? But yeah, I think the nerves are. It's how you see it. Nerves. Everybody gets nervous, but it's whether you see it as a positive or negative thing. And in terms of performing, it would be weird if you didn't get nervous. You get too cocky and you would fuck it up.
Mm.
But the nerves are not a negative. It's a positive thing. For me, I kind of equate it with, like, if you go to a theme park and you're waiting to go on the roller coaster, there's like butterflies in your stomach and you're nervous, but you wouldn't say it's a bad thing. It's because you're excited because you know what's coming up. There's going to be this thrilling ride coming up. And it's a similar thing when you're waiting to do a gig. You are nervous, but it's not a bad thing. It's your body kind of preparing you to go out and entertain people. So yeah, just go into it, lean into it, and then it allows you to be. Because when you do stand up, you're a version of yourself, but just I'm over the top version of myself. I'm quite physical, and I used to be a clown in the 90s for a while. So for me, and as well, it's I find a lot of freedom on stage that I don't get when I'm not on stage, and I don't know if it's anything to do, like I was diagnosed with ADHD a few years ago and stuff like that. But for me, I've always found in society is when I need to kind of rein it in and not be me and not make eye contact with people and just, look down and get on with it. Whereas when I get on stage, I can do what I want. I can be crazy. I can go mad, and nobody's bothered. Everybody expects it. So it's for me, it's really freeing. And I've done workshops and stuff like that, and I always try and encourage people to perform. Because I know people struggle with performance because they've got this learned fear that something bad there's nothing worse than that kind of humiliation in front of a group of people. But really, it's nothing. And if you can get over that hurdle, you can find a freedom in performance that you can't find in other aspects of your life. I do things on stage that I couldn't do anywhere. If I did some of the stuff that I do on stage in the streets, I would get sectioned and locked up. But on stage, it's fine, and people can sit and laugh at me doing it, and it's all good. So I think for me, that's always been the thing about the stage is, yeah, I do get nervous, but that's a good thing, and it's all worth it for that joy of being on stage, of being able to play, of being free, and of being able to be myself. And even a bad gig, I've been doing that long, you can still enjoy it. You can get some twisted pleasure out of everyone hating you, and you hate them as well, but you've got to get through your 20 minutes. And I think a lot of times, if you're honest with an audience, you can say to an audience, look, I know this isn't going very well. Look, to be honest, I promise you, it wasn't my intention to not make you laugh. I'm really trying to make you laugh. I'm just a bloke trying to do his job. It might not work tonight. And you see a lot of people will calm down after that because people get this unnatural kind of anger towards you that they think you're not funny, which is fair enough. Each their own opinion. But yeah, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not doing it on purpose. And if you can say to them that, then they'll kind of go, oh, actually, okay, fair enough. And then you maybe even turn the gig around, and they might come on board and find out that you were funny. They were just being a bit fucking uptight.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was watching one of your old stand-ups the other night, when you agreed to come on this. So I had a look and stuff, and I'm sure I'd seen it at the time. I think it was the one at the Apollo, and it was brilliant. Honestly, it really was. Not just saying that because you're here, it was brilliant. So is that what you're mainly doing now, stand-up?
Actually, no. I still do stand up. I'm doing the Fringe this year, and I still gig a few times a month, but I don't do it as much as I used to, not as full time. I think COVID kind of changed a lot because obviously the pandemic hit, all the comedy clubs shut down. And then just as the pandemic hit, I went to university and did a fine art degree. So that took 3 years doing that because I'd never been to university, so I got a student loan, and that kept me going through the pandemic. But also I got a degree at the end of it, so I've been doing more stuff with that, like working locally with different art organisations and stuff like that. But yeah, still doing stand-up and still doing Edinburgh. I like Edinburgh Fringe because it's a bit more free to be a bit more all over the place because it's my show, it's an hour, and people are coming to see me, so it's not the same as kind of a stand-up gig. And I'm doing bits and bobs that I kind of want to do, just filming stuff with mates and that might lead to something, might not, probably won't, but it's just something that I fancy doing. So yeah, just trying to chill out a bit.